To create this tutu, we used 6 pieces of tulle from a bolt at 1.5 yards by 50 to 54 inches in width. And it created 4 layers of tulle on this crocheted band. Many of the questions that we get are, how much do I need? That's really going to depend on the length you're making and the size you're making, waist wise. And if you're working on a crocheted or an elastic or a crocheted top, because sometimes you'll need more layers when you're working with a wider band. If you're creating something for an adult, you're going to want to add as many layers as you can without it looking clumpy. Now, I suggest at least a 3-layer tutu on a crocheted band, 4 to 5 layers on a crocheted top, and then depending on whether it's for a child or an adult, 3 layers on an elastic band, or 4 to 5, or as much as you can get on there for the adult, because you're trying to cover more, because tulle is more transparent. As far as how much you need, if you'll include who you're making it for, basically if it's for a child or an adult, if it's a skirt or a dress, I'll try to get back to you and give you the best guesstimate that I can as far as how much of each color you're going to need. I always suggest buying 1 extra in tulle rolls, so that way you're not in the middle of creating and realize, I'm going to run short and have to stop what you're doing and run out to get more. Because you can always take it back, keep your receipt, take it back at your leisure, and be able to complete your project with less stress. End music is graciously provided by Jasper Sawyer. You'll find his link at the end of our video. Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a quick tutorial using the Honeycomb Mesh Premium Tulle. And it's a lot stiffer than regular tulle that you work with. So I wanted to go over it with you. We're going to use the slip knot method. We're creating a Halloween themed tutu skirt using black premium tulle and accenting it with the shimmering purple tulle. Now we're going to do this a little bit differently. Usually I do 1 layer at a time going up. And this time I'm taking my accent tool, I'm sectioning it out. This is where I want it, say on the front, and in the back, in the middle, and then on the sides. I'm putting my purple tool first, and then I'll use the black. Now, I started with using some of the black and then saying, oh, wait a minute. So, excuse that mistake. I'm one of those visual type people, so I think putting the purple first in each section allows me to visualize, okay, do I need to go up 1 more layer, or is this the way that I want it once I put the black on there? Alright, we're doing the slip knot method. Fold over your tulle piece, bring those tails together as closely as possible, unless you're doing the layered effect or staggered effect, then that won't matter so much. Take the top part, that folded part of your tulle piece, squish it as much as possible. This allows easy access through your crocheted hole. It'll make it a lot easier to go through because you're not dealing with such a wide piece of tulle. Pull it through your crocheted hole, widen it with your fingers, bring the tails up, pull it through, and gently tug down. Remember, you don't have to tighten these really tight. They're going to stay, they're not going to go anywhere. If you keep pulling and tugging and making these knots really tight, you're going to see that your crocheted band is misshapen, or that you've got really large crocheted holes that are not covered up very well by the tulle. So I have my sections, and I am putting my shimmering purple accent tulle sort of like a triangle effect, and I'm just going up to the amount of layers I plan to do. After I've done that in each section, I'm going to add my primary color that we're using, which is black, and this will allow me to see, do I want to go up another layer with the purple, or is this perfect the way that it is? Again, just do the slip knot method throughout, gently tugging down, and that's all you have to do. Now, to accent this, we're going to add charms. You can see some of our sports-themed videos that have a lot of the charms on there for you to view. We're going to add some organza sheer ribbon of purple and black. And all this is going to do is really just make it pop. When we're looking at using this really stiff honeycomb premium tulle, it's got glitter in it already, but it's that real fine glitter, so it doesn't shed as much as your regular glitter tulle. You're going to see that it is very stiff and hard to work with. So here's my suggestion. Make thin strips and sporadically put this type tulle throughout. Don't use the wide strips. The wider it is, the harder you're going to have to work at getting it through the crocheted holes and tightening it. And then it can misshapen on you. But as you see here, they're the honeycomb shaped holes and really stiff. So if you're going to be, say, at an event that you want it to really stay poofy, great to use. But I would not recommend using this at the bottom layer because it's stiff, rough, and not skin friendly in my opinion. So again, you're using it just like you would regular tulle, except you're making the width of your tulle strips in this stiff mesh tulle not as wide, so that you can work with it a lot easier. Alright, so again, you're just doing the slip knot method. Now, you may want to gently tug down each tail individually instead of taking both tails as you would with the regular tulle and pulling down. This just might make it a little bit tighter for you with less stress. Remember, if you are creating your tutu with a crocheted band, don't start at the very, very top and don't start at the very, very bottom. That thin thread can break on you, and it just is a big mess for you to try to repair. And in a lot of instances, you can't repair it. So avoid that hassle. Don't end at the very top and don't begin at the very bottom. Vice versa, either way. One thing I will say about this style of tulle, it really does stand out. That glitter effect, it's really gorgeous. So if you can get some and try it out, I think you'll be pleased with the outcome. We thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your support is invaluable to all of us. From my family to yours, have a fantastic, fabulous day, and happy creating!
We are a new generation, a generation of fighters, a generation of thinkers, exploring the galaxy for love. A new era is dawning, a new hope is coming, a 21st century, 21st century love.
It's the century of a lifetime, baby, pack the bags, tell your sisters don't cry, I'll be there Friday morning. Oh, babe, I'm getting my baby out of Tennessee. Oh, they ain't done nothing wrong with me, but time ain't waiting on you, it ain't waiting on me. No, girl, let's run away for our 21st century love. Baby, come, let's go, there's a lot to see. Our 21st century love. Get your stuff, let's go, you're too young to be running in a circle, girl. Now is not the time to give up. Chances have been gone on by like yesterday. Let's run away this century, love. It's the century of a lifetime. Let me grab your bags, tell your sisters goodbye. We're leaving this Friday morning. Oh, babe, I'm taking my baby to Miami. Oh, we'll be making love on the beach, cause life ain't waiting on you, it ain't waiting on me. No, girl, let's make a way for our 21st century love. Baby, come, let's go.